The next thing we want to do after we've got two or more parts is put them into a single file called an assembly, in which we can model how the two parts interact. So the two parts I have right here consist of the single 1x1 brick Lego with the square back, which will accommodate hopefully the stud. And I've also got the first one I made, if you were following these videos, which is just a 1x1 brick without anything in the back. And we just made that for simplicity. We were going to do a 3D print on it, and we don't have to worry about getting rid of the support material inside. So I've got these two parts, and I want to put them together. Obviously, I'm going to put the green one in here. So in order to see if they will fit, and also to put them together, let's assume they do fit, to put them together into a file which illustrates how they fit together, which is a thing we want to do. We go new, and we make a new assembly. And usually it takes a while for this to come up, but I just had an assembly open, so some of the other files that are needed have already been loaded, but it usually takes about 10 seconds to pop up, just like when you first open Inventor. So the first thing we want to do for an assembly is to place a part. So the first one I'm going to place is the solid one. Okay? Okay, there it goes. If I keep clicking, I'm going to make extra copies. I don't want to do that. I just want to right click, done. So I got one part in there. Okay? I'm going to place again. This time I'm going to take that black one with the hole in the back. And there it is, and you can see they're kind of lined up already. Right click, done. So I've got these two parts in here for the assembly. One of them shouldn't move. One of them should move all around like this. So that's one of them is I forget the word they call it, static. That's not the word, but there's a special name given to it. It doesn't move, and we move things around it. Okay, so we're going to put these together by implementing constraints between these two parts, and we do that up here on the Position tab. And the first thing I'm going to do is make a constraint that this face here be parallel with this face here. And then I'm going to have this face here be parallel with this face. And then eventually I'm going to have this face here match this one. So, okay, with these two parts, as I was saying, we're going to install three constraints. I think I'll just illustrate to show what's going on. So I'm going to click the constraint button on the Position tab, and there are a lot of different ways to constrain things together. If I hover here over the type of constraint or assembly, it says mate, and that's what we want to have. And then there are two solutions, so to speak, they call it. There's a mate where the pieces sort of fit together, as you can see, sort of facing each other. And here we have two sides that are parallel. So that's called a flush constraint, and this is called a mate constraint. The first one we want to have is a flush constraint, and the way we do that is we come and click two faces. So I'm going to click this face, and it doesn't look like it, but those two are parallel. I'm going to apply it, and I'm going to do another flush constraint on the side here, and here, and you can see it pop in. Now, if I get out of there for a minute, you can see that I can grab this guy, and I'm trying to move him all around, but I really can't. I'm constrained to have this face and this face parallel, and this face and this face parallel, so it doesn't move around at all. So I've got a more constrained assembly to look like what it should. So the next one we want to do is a mate constraint. So we're going to have this face here mate with, let's see, this face down here. Okay, so we're going to have to move these things around as we go. So let me go here, right click done. So this is going to be the other one, the mate. Okay, so I'm going to click this face. I'm going to go over to the, what do they call it, free orbit tool. Move over here, right click done, and then click that face. And you can see they pop together, apply, and cancel. Okay, so there is my constrained Legos put together. And what I want to show you now in the next video is a way to analyze whether or not they fit together correctly. And to do that, we'll come up here to the Inspect tab, and on the Interference panel we'll select Interference Analysis, and we'll get to that in the next video.